Hello my viewers, welcome to our channel. In this lecture we are going to discuss another example of tension members. Already we have covered the first example in our last video. If you are not seen the video, it will be available at the I button. Also it will be available at the description box. Example number 2. Design a double angle tension members connected on each side of a 10 mm thick gusset plate to carry an axial factored load of 375 kN. Use 20 mm black bolts. So let's start the solution part. Total cross-sectional area required. See, before choosing the angles, first of all we have to calculate what should be the cross-sectional area required for the angles. See, already as we have covered in our last video, the tension members are designed for 3 failures. Number 1, gross section yielding. Then net section rupture. And the third one is block shear. Okay. When we design a tension member, it should satisfy all these 3 failures. I mean, it should save against these 3 failures. And if you see the formulas for these 3 types of failure, or if you see the design strength expression for these 3 failures, we will find that the gross cross-sectional area, which is called AZ, is related to the design strength due to yielding. That means the expression or the equations for design strength due to yielding is connected to the gross area of the cross section. Okay, that's why this formula, which is given in clause number 6.2, for design strength due to yielding of cross section, is to be used to calculate the required cross sectional area of the angles. So here we have written the formula, and then you will find that TDG, which is the design strength due to yielding, is taken as 375 kilonewton, which is the given factored axial load. Why it is taken? We have assumed that the section has yielding strength 375 kilonewton, so that we can calculate the gross cross-sectional area required for the angles. So if you put the value of TDG, then Fy, which is 250, gamma m naught is taken from table number 5 of IS 800, which will be 1.1. So we will get the gross cross-sectional area of the angles as 1650 mm square. So this is the gross cross-sectional area required for 2 angles or double angles. Now the next step is to choose a pair of angles, means 2 Indian standard angles, so that combining those 2 angles, their cross-sectional area is higher than this much value. Okay, so if you see our steel tables, so we may find number of pair of angles which has area more than 1650 mm square. But among those list we have chosen this one, ISA 7550, having thickness 8 mm. So here I have written, let us adopt two ISA 7550, 8 mm, which is a thickness, which has gross area AZ equal 1876 mm square. So this is two angles which are connected to a gusset plate back to back, and their combined cross sectional area is 18.76 centimeter square. So if you convert to mm square, it will be 1876 mm square. So in this way we have to choose which angle we are going to provide in that gusset plate to counteract the axial factored load of 375 kilonewton. So up to this step we have chosen the pair of angles which are to be connected to the gusset plate. Next step, design strand of single black bolt, which is already we have covered in the design of connection for bolted connections. Okay, so if you have not seen the video, it will also be available at my I section of this video. Also I will give the link at my description box. Number one, if you remember the steps here, first we calculate the design strength of the bolt against shear and then bearing. So as a first step, for design strength of single black bolt, we shall calculate the design strength in shear. So if you follow the clause number 10.3.3 of IS 800/2007, we shall get the expression for design strength of the bolt against shear. So this is the formula we have to use here. Okay, and again PNSB, which is the nominal shear capacity of the bolt, is equal to this one, Fu by √3 holding multiplied by NN, A and B, NS and ASB. This is the gusset plate of 10 mm thick, and the angles are connected back to back on this gusset plate. So and the bolted will be done in this way, which will connect both the angles through the gusset plate. So this will be a case of double shear. Due to which one shear plane will be at the threaded portion and the another shear plane will be at the sunk portion. That is why NN equal to 1, also NS equal to 1. Next, ASB, it is the cross sectional area of the bolt at sunk portion. So if it is the bolt, it is a threaded portion and this is a sunk portion. For 20 mm diameter bolt, the cross sectional area at the sunk portion will be pi by 4 into 20 square, which is ASB. Similarly, A and B, which is the cross sectional area of the bolt at threaded portion. For the threaded portion, it is some percentage less than the sunk portion, or it is 78% of sunk portion, which is the cross sectional area of the bolt at sunk portion. So we have calculated the values. For ASB, it is calculated as 314 mm square, and for A and B it is calculated as 245 mm square. After calculating these values, we will put the equation for VNSB, means the equation for design strength of bolts. Okay, nominal design strength of bolt. Okay, so if I put the value of NN as 1, A and B as 245, again NS equal to 1 and A as B as 314, we will get the nominal shear capacity or nominal shear strength of the bolt as 129.045 kilonewton. So design strength in shear will be VDSB equal VNSB by gamma MB. So this formula is this one. What is gamma MB? It is 1.25 and it is taken from table 5 of IS 456. And finally the design strength in shear for bolts is 103.236 kilonewton. Then I have to calculate the design strength of bolt in bearing. To calculate this design strength, we have assumed edge distance as 40 mm and pitch as 60 mm in this case. So nominal strength VNPB equal 2.5 kb dt Fu. So it is taken from clause number 10.3.4, which give the ideas on bearing capacity of bolts, and this is the equation for nominal bearing strength of a bolt. So what is KB? KB is the list of this following: A, B, C and D. What is A? E by 3D naught. The value of KB is given here. We have calculated one after another. E by 3D naught is 40 by 3 into 22. What is D naught? It is the size of the bolt hole. See, here the diameter is 20 mm, means diameter of the nominal diameter of the bolt. So diameter of the bolt hole, D naught, 20 plus 2 means diameter of the bolt hole is 2 mm more than the bolt. It will be 22 mm. So E by 3 D naught is calculated as 0.6061. Similarly, P by 3 D naught minus 0.25. If I put the values, it will be comes out as 0.6591. Then FUB by FU. FUB is the ultimate strength of bolt, which is 400 Newton per mm square, and FU is the ultimate strength of plate, which is 410 Newton per mm square. So these values are not given in the questions, but normally or commonly most of the cases these values are used. So it is calculated as 0.9756 and the last value is directly 1. So among these four values, the lowest one is 0.6061. So this will be the value of KB. So after getting the value of KB, we shall calculate nominal bearing strength of a bolt, which is VNPB. So 2.5 KB, then D and T. D is the diameter of the bolt, T is the thickness of the angle, and 410 is the ultimate strength of the plate, which is 410. So finally it is calculated as 99.4 kilonewton. Therefore design strength in bearing will be VDPB equal VNPB by gamma MB. So it is given in 10.3.4 of IS 800. So this is the expression. So design strength is calculated as 79.52. The value of gamma MB is 1.25 and it is taken from same table number 5. Now what will be the bolt value? So the bolt value is the list of design strength in bearing and the design strength in shear. One is 103.236, the other is 79.52. So list one is the design strength in bearing. So this will be the bolt value of the black bolt. So number of bolts required will be 375 by 79.52. That is the total axial factored load, which is 375. It is divided by bolt value 79.52 and approximately it is comes out as 5. Therefore provided 5 bolts in a row as shown in the figure. So here I have provided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers of bolt to resist the axial force of 375 kilonewton. So this is the design of bolted connections for the tension members. Next step is check for design strength. So here we have designed the tension members. In first step of the design we have chosen the angles, double angles, and next we have designed bolted connection. So already we have designed the members with the connection. The next step is we have to check whether our design for the tension member is safe against the factored load 375 kilonewton or not. So after completion of the design part, we have to check the design strength of the member. So first of all, we shall check the tensile strength of the member against yielding of cross section. So for that we have to follow the clause number 6.2, where the design strength due to yielding of cross section is given. We have to use the formula for TDG, AZ Fy by gamma m naught. AZ is the gross cross sectional area of the two angle. It is 1876, which is taken from steel table. Fy is the yield stress and gamma m naught is partial safety factor for failure in tension, and it is taken from table number 5. So strength against yielding of cross section is 476.364 kilonewton, which is greater than the given axial factored load 375 kilonewton. Hence it is safe. Next we have to check the design strength due to rupture of critical section. In clause number 6.3.3, for single angle the ruptured strength formula is given. You see, the formula is TDN equal to this. To use the formula, some values we have to calculate previously. So first of all, we shall calculate A and C, which is the net area of connected legs. If you see the figure here, this dimension is 50 of the angle and this dimension is 75. That means the connected leg for the angle is 75. So the net cross sectional area of the connected leg. So first of all, you have to calculate the effective length of the leg which is connected. The length of the connected leg is 75 minus the size of the bolt hole, which will be 22. And again, already we have discussed in our last video, if it is the angle, the length is taken up to the center line of the other leg. So up to this. That means I have to subtract the thickness by 2. What is the thickness? It is 8 mm. So this subtractable thickness is 8 by 2. From the bottom up to the center line of the other leg, I have to take the distance. So 75 minus 22, which is the diameter of the bolt hole, minus 8 by 2. This is the effective length of the connected leg. And if I multiply this length with 8, I will get the value of A and C for one angle. If I multiply it by 2 for the 2 angle, I shall get. Next, gross area of outstanding legs, AC0. If you see the other side of the angle, which dimension is 50 mm. So in that leg there is no bolt hole placed. So 50 will remain 50 minus. So here also the distance will be taken up to the center line of the other leg. So this distance will be up to the center line. It will be 50 minus 8 by 2. So it is 50 minus 8 by 2 and multiplied by 8 for one angle, and when I will multiply it by 2 for the both angle as a combined. So gross area of outstanding leg AC0 is calculated as 736 mm square. So next thing I have to calculate is beta. It is also given in the IS code. The expression for beta is also given. 1.4 0.076 W by T. What is W? If you see the figure, W is 50 mm. Here W is the dimension of the outstanding leg. Means the leg which is not connected to the gusset plate. It is 50 mm. So I have written this as 50. LC is 60 into 4. What is LC? Center to center distance between two extreme bolts. So it is 240 mm. And what is BS? If you see the IS code, BS is W plus WI minus T. So W plus WI minus T. So what is WI? So here WI is this one. So it is the distance from the center of the bolt to the other leg. So this distance. So it is 35. So 50 plus 35 minus T. T is the thickness of the angle. It is 8. So BS is calculated as 77 mm in this case. After calculating the values, so we have to put in the equation of beta. W is 50 mm, thickness of the angle is 8 mm, yield stress 250, then ultimate stress 410, BS is 77, LC is 240. So beta is calculated as 1.307. Next, if you see the expression for beta, beta should be less than equal this expression and it should be greater than equal 0.7. So according to IS code, we have calculated FU by gamma m naught divided by FY by gamma m1 FU 410, then gamma m naught 1.1, FY 250, gamma m1 1.25. So gamma m naught and gamma m1, these are two partial safety factors and are taken from table number 5. So the value of this fraction is calculated as 1.443. So if you see the value of beta, which is 1.307, is greater than 0.7 and less than the fraction given in the IS code, hence it is safe. Then we have to calculate TDN, which is the design strength for rupture. So I shall write down the expression from the equation given in the IS code, and then I shall put the values. A and C I have calculated 784, FU is 410, gamma m1 1.25, beta we have calculated 1.307, A Z naught we have calculated 736, AL stress 250, and then gamma m naught 1.1. So finally the TDN is calculated as 450.062 kilonewton, and it is greater than 375, which is the factored axial load acting on the tension member. Hence it is safe against rupture of the critical section. Next we have to check the strength of the tension member against the block shear. So what is block shear? If you want to understand, so you can refer to my last video. So it will be available in the I button. Next, D naught. What is D naught? It is the diameter of the bolt hole. Diameter of the bolt is 20 mm. So diameter of the bolt hole is 2 mm more, that is 22 mm. Next, AVZ and AVN. So their definitions are given in the IS code. So if I explain with the figure, so it will be more clear. So if you see the figure, here 1, 2 and 3. So will be the failure plan for the block shear 1 to 3. So AVN, AVZ and AVN we have to calculate. So these are the cross-sectional area along the load acting on the tension member. So in normally the load act on the tension member in horizontal directions. Okay, so in this direction you have to calculate the cross-sectional areas. That's why AVZ and AVN are calculated along the line 1 to 2. So for AVZ, I have to note down the distance between 1 and 2. So this distance is 40 plus 240, which is clearly visible in the figure. So if I multiply with 8, so I shall get the gross area. So this is AVZ. So it is calculated as 2240 mm square. This is a gross area. Then AVN. AVN is the net area along the section 1, 2. So 40 plus 240 minus. So we have to subtract the diameter of the bolt hole. So here we have to subtract 4 full diameter, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then for the 5 half of the diameter, because the failure plan for the block shear, which is 1 to 2, it is up to the center line of the 5th bolt. So we have to subtract 4.5, means half diameter of the bolt hole 5 and the full diameter of the bolt hole for 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4.5 into 22 we have to subtract and then multiplied by 8, and finally the value will be 1448 mm square, which is AVN. So similarly ATG and ATN, their definitions are also given in IS code for ATG and ATN. If you see the figure, ATG and ATN are calculated in the perpendicular direction of the load acting, that is along 2, 3. So along 2, 3 the gross distance is 40 mm. So for ATG 40 into 8, and for ATN 40 minus half of the diameter, means for 5th hole 0.5 into 22, then multiplied by 8. So in this way we have calculated ATG and ATN. Next, to calculate the design strength due to block shear, we have to follow the formulas given in the IS code. These two. Following these two formulas, we have calculated the block shear strength. The first one is AVG Fy by root 3 gamma m naught plus 0.980 and Fu by gamma m1. So if you put the values, we will get 362.410 kilonewton, and then another expression for block shear strength, TDN 0.9 AVN Fu by root 3 gamma m1 plus ATG Fy by gamma m0. So here also I have plot the corresponding values. So finally calculated TDN as 319.515 kilonewton, and the list of these two values 1 and 2 will be the design block shear strength, which is 319.515. So block shear strength for two angles will be 639.03 kilonewton, which is greater than the factored axial load 375 kilonewton. Hence the tension member is safe against block shear. So finally I have shown the designed tension member with the connection is safe against yielding of cross section, critical section rupture and the block shear failure. Hence our design is safe against all types of failure of the tension members. Hence provided two Indian standard angle 75/50, 8 mm with 5 bolts of 20 mm diameter. So this is all about the design of tension member. I hope you have learned something from this video. So if you have any queries, you can put your comment at the comment section, or you can mail me to my mail address. So if you have liked the video, please share it to your friends. Also subscribe my channel. So if you have any suggestions regarding my channel or my videos, you can also put it at my comment section. So thanks for watching. Thank you.